Wouldn't it be nice to be able to walk out your door and clip a fresh bouquet from your garden? With a little planning, it's easy. Think about what you'd rather have: a few flowers to pick now and then, or a steady supply so that you can pick as many as you'd like. Keep in mind that most kinds of plants that produce lots of flowers grow best in full sun and with consistent moisture. Here are a few of our top picks for plants to grow for cut flowers. Tulips are the hallmark of spring. You know warmer days are coming soon when you see tulips start popping up around the yard. Plan to plant a few extra bulbs in the fall so there will be a few to spare in the spring. Or do like the tulip farmers do and plant a few different colors of tulips in rows in a separate bed that you've set aside for your cut flowers. That'll make them easy to cut for bouquets in the springtime. You might recognize this next flower from a bouquet you've received from a florist shop. These are Calla lilies, and they are some of the longest lasting cut flowers that you can grow. The Be My collection of Calla lilies includes 7 beautifully saturated colors, from blush pink to dark deep purple, and they all work amazingly as cuts. What we call flowers are actually spathes. They are modified leaves that protect the flower inside, which explains why they last so long in a bouquet. The plants bloom for up to 3 months in the garden, so there will be lots of time for harvesting. Dahlias are some of the most elegant flowers you can grow for cutting. Virtuoso dahlias are much easier to grow, and you'll get the same gorgeous cut flowers just much earlier in the season. These are shorter, bushy plants that never need to be staked. They bloom from the time you plant them until frost. When you pick them for bouquets, you'll encourage fresh new flowers to form, so go ahead and pick as many as you'd like. Of course, we had to include roses on our list of favorite cut flowers. Our line has expanded to include gorgeous disease-resistant roses in every color, and they are all amazing in bouquets. If you're looking for fragrant varieties, try our Reminiscent or Flavorette series. There's the classic apricot at last rose too, that blooms like crazy all season. It's incredibly satisfying to pick a bouquet of sweet-smelling roses that you grew yourself. Plant a few extras so you can enjoy them on your kitchen sink and out your kitchen window. If you've ever grown the classic kind of sunflowers from seed, you might have hesitated to cut them for bouquets. Those only produce one large flower at the top of a tall stalk, and you have to wait until summer to see them bloom. Sun-credible sunflowers are a totally different breed of what's known as Multiflora sunflower. That means they produce hundreds of smaller flowers instead of one big bloom. And the more sun-credible flowers you harvest, the more new ones you'll get. We found that they can be harvested for up to 18 weeks. They are full and bushy, standing about 2 to 3 feet tall. They make pretty garden plants, but you can also grow them in large containers or in a dedicated cutting garden. Some people are afraid to cut their hydrangeas because they think by doing so, their plants won't bloom the following year. You won't have to worry about that if you grow panicle hydrangeas for cutting. Because they set their flower buds a short time before they bloom, you can cut as many as you'd like without sacrificing future flowers. This type of hydrangea works great as a cut flower, and also a dried one. Once they are dried, they can be used to make wreaths and other crafts. They'll stay the color they are when you cut them, so use that as one of your guides to decide when to make your harvest. No doubt you've seen alstroemerias for sale at your local grocery store or florist. You may not have realized that you can grow them yourself. Our summer series of alstroemerias produce masses of gorgeous, brightly colored blooms, starting in midsummer and lasting until frost. Their stems are nice and long, so you can easily display them in your tall vases. There's a unique way to harvest alstroemeria that you should know about if you're growing them for cut flowers. For most plants, you would cut the stems with pruners or scissors, but for alstroemeria, you'll want to grasp a single stem near the base of the plant with your hand, then twist and tug it gently right out of the ground. Doing that won't disturb the plant's roots. What it will do is encourage a whole new stem to form in place of the old one, and that new stem will produce more flowers that you can harvest. Here are some additional varieties that also make great cut flowers.